Nostra, you want to know why the Falbus flytrap baby is so ugly? You want to know that, huh?
Yeah, I'd like to know that, Nostra.
Because what you kidnapped is not the Falbus flytrap baby. What you kidnapped is a big fraud.
Of course, at a time like this, you'd expect Fillmore to come to the rescue. Unfortunately, he was already being held at bay.
They're also held up against this fence.
Now, what are we going to do with them, boss?
Get rid of them, that's what we're gonna do.
Brought to you by the Big G cereals of General Mills, makers of Lucky Charms, the oat cereal with marshmallow bits in lucky shapes.
Catch a pack of Lucky Charms.
This calls for a bit of leprechaun magic. Now, where's me magic fiddle? Now, let 'em come.
Lucky us! Lucky Charms!
Still trying to catch me own special breakfast, but this magic fiddle will stop 'em.
Let go! I can't help it. I can't stop dancing.
Always after me Lucky Charms, the magically delicious oat cereal with sweet surprises in lucky shapes. Lucky stars, four-leaf clovers, magic moons, pink hearts.
Try these earmuffs. Look, we've stopped. Surprise, leprechaun.
Let go!
We've got Lucky Charms, the Big G cereal with sweet surprises. Lucky Charms, too good for leprechauns.
Fiddlesticks.
In our last episode, the notorious Cosa Nostra brothers had decided to use Fillmore in their diabolical plot to steal the Falbus flytrap baby.
All right, everybody synchronize their watches.
I ain't got no watch.
Don't worry about the watch, just blow your bugle.
All right.
Not now, I'll tell you when. All right, men, let's go.
And at that very moment, as he did every day, Falbus Flytrap left for the park with Falbus Flytrap Jr. Meanwhile, Waldo and Hoppity, in order to escape from Susan Swivelhips, had disguised themselves. However, the baby got away from them and...
My goodness, what in the world is that? By George, it's a bugle-playing bear.
Okay, now's the time. Let's go. On a caper like this, split-second timing is everything.
Hey, fellas, aren't you going to stay and listen to my encore?
Look, Fillmore, it's split time. Why don't you get lost?
Now, just a minute. Are you guys trying to get rid of me?
Yeah, sweetie. All we want you to do is blow.
All right. For a minute there, I thought you were trying to get rid of me.
Will you get rid of that creep?
Creep?
Did you think I said creep? What I said was bleep. I like the way you make that bleep with your bugle.
Yeah? Well, what's that in the blanket?
Well, as a matter of fact, nothing. Costron always carries that blanket ever since childhood. You see, he's very insecure.
Yeah. It's a substitute for when I used to suck my thumb, see?
There's something moving around in that blanket.
Well, that's me, Fillmore. See? Do-do-do-do-do. Ma-ma-ma-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Costra, you almost blew a whole kidnapping deal with your stupid dance.
Oops. Uh-huh. I knew you two was up to no good. And here all the time, I thought you liked my bugle playing.
All right, everybody, back up against that fence. Hurry up, put your hands up. Not you, stupid. You're one of us.
Oh, that's right. I'm one of them. Us. Get those hands up.
Oh, shut up and see if Falbus Flytrap Jr.'s all right.
He's all right, but man, he sure is ugly. This is about the ugliest baby I've ever seen.
Look, we didn't kidnap him to enter him in a beauty contest. Bring him over here. Oh, Kostra. You want to know why the Falbus flytrap baby is so ugly? You want to know that, huh?
Yeah, I'd like to know that, Nostra.
Because what you swiped is not the Falbus flytrap baby. What you swiped is a big frog.
Impossible. What would a frog be doing in a baby carriage?
How do I know? All I know is...
The Hoppity!
Fillmore!
Oh, that figures. These two know each other. Why not? A bugle-blowing bear and a frog dressed up like a baby? Get over against that fence, Frog, and not another croak on you.
Meanwhile, Waldo and Susan finally arrived at the park.
Oh, thank goodness he's safe. After a harrowing experience like that, it's a wonder his hair hasn't turned gray.
Big Bug! Kill Big Bug!
Well, his hair may not have turned gray, but he certainly does look different.
He looks different because this baby is not Hoppity Hooper.
What happened to your voice, dear?
Please? Oh, now let me explain, Susan.
Waldo!
What are we going to do with him, boss?
Get rid of him, that's what we're gonna do. Because I got a feeling this frog has a big mouth.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Look at that, Susan. Hoppity and Fillmore are in real trouble.
Well, don't just stand there. Go and save them.
I cannot go and save them, Susan.
Why not, Waldo?
Because you are standing on my skirt.
Will Susan and Waldo arrive in time? Tune in to our next episode. Hoppity Hooper's blooper, or Kostra Nostra does the bossa nova.
Jet pilots wear them. Skydivers wear them. Racing drivers wear them. And now you can join the men of action with the most amazing speed helmet ever made, the exciting new Super Helmet 7. Afoot, afloat, racing, driving, bike riding, helps keep you safe even at night. Only Super Helmet 7 does all this. 1, red flasher signals automatically. 2, tinted goggles protect your eyes. 3, left and right direction lights. 4, reflector shows you're up ahead. 5, warning buzzer clears the way. 6, Super Helmet 7 absorbs the shock. 7, powerful headlight flashlight. It's removable. Boys who dare will want to wear new Super Helmet 7. Super Helmet 7. Super Helmet 7.
Once upon a time, there lived a king who was so kind and so just that his subjects called him the Good King, which in those days was quite a title because all the rest of the kings were pretty horrid. Unfortunately, the kind, good king had a very horrid son. A horrid, mean, odious, loathsome, repulsive...
All right. You made your point.
And obnoxious.
You are a horrid boy.
One fine day, the king went off on a hunt.
I was just testing you, good, kind king, to see if what I heard was true. I just couldn't believe there could be a king that good. So as you probably guessed...
I get 3 wishes.
No, we've had to cut down a little. You know, what with the inflation and everything. You get 1 wish.
Oh, but in every fairy story I've ever read, people get 3 wishes.
Listen, Daddy-O, I'm not going to stand here and bargain. If you don't want the 1 wish, there are plenty of
I'll take it. As you probably know, I have one of the nastiest kids in the kingdom. He is the most odious, loathsome, repulsive...
What's his name?
Darling, Prince Darling. What I'd like you to do is straighten him out. You know, the fairy godmother bit.
The good king was quite satisfied with his wish and soon afterward died, a happy man, free of the guilty feeling that when he was gone, there would be nobody to run the business.
I'm your fairy godmother, you horrid boy. And your father's last wish was that I make something out of you. When you wear this ring, you'll know when you're bad, for you'll receive a prick on your finger. And my finger shall receive the same prick, for in that way, I shall know when you're bad.
Yow! Ooh!
If you keep up your horridness, I'm going to have the sorest finger in the kingdom.
Like I got the sorest finger in the kingdom.
Don't like the ring idea, eh? Well, your father's last wish was that I make something out of you. That's something.
Yeah, man, but what? This is the wildest thing I've ever seen. Oh, come on, fairy godmother. What kind of thing is that?
It is a horrid thing. You are a horrid kind of thing.
And so the horrid kind of thing went off into the forest.
George, there's an animal with the head of a lion, horns of a bull, feet of a wolf, and body of a snake.
There's a what?
Animal with the head of a lion, horns of a bull, feet of a wolf, and body of a snake.
Ah, what you saw was a rabbit. You just have an active imagination. You see, many times hunters mistake animals for all sorts of fantastic apparitions. Oops.
Any luck? We caught a big rabbit, didn't we, George? Hey, this is the heaviest rabbit I ever carried.
Langston, I got a confession to make. We ain't got no rabbit in that sack.
Then what is it, George?
Langston, what we got in that bag is a mean, odious, loathsome, repulsive, obnoxious, horrid kind of thing.
If it ain't a rabbit, then what are we carrying it for, George?
What we've got is the abominable snowman.
George.
And we'll sell him to the Royal Zoo and make a bundle.
George.
What is it?
The big rabbit is gone.
Prince Darling wandered aimlessly for many days in the forest, dodging hunters, until finally...
With you! Look at you! You got a face like a lion, a body like a snake. When you move your wolf's feet, all you do is shake. I hate you better than I hate myself. You're just a kind of ring-a-ding, lonesome, horrid kind of thing. Blues!
I'm Celia the shepherdess tending my flock, and I don't hate you. I really think you're a prince in disguise, and if I'm kind to you, you will change back to your former handsome self and carry me off to be your queen.
How's that again?
I wonder what the antidote is to this magic. Who cast the spell on you, lover?
Some fairy. You know, for being a horrid person. But I've learned my lesson. It's straight spell from here on in. You and me, baby. The vine-covered castle. All you have to do, you know, is find a way to change me back.
Well, have you tried the buttons down the front?
I am my old darling self again.
So Prince Darling and Celia were married. A double ring ceremony. Prince Darling and Celia were just as kind and just to their subjects as the good king had been before them. For you see, if they ever had a mean or horrid thought...
I knew that ring idea was a good one.
Keep an eye on Baldy at breakfast. He'll eat all the Frostios.
Can't wait. Gotta have 'em now. They're frosty-rific.
Sorry, Baldy. You can only have 'em once a day. Frostios are made for breakfast.
Can't wait. Gotta have 'em now. Shaped like little sugar frosted donuts. Little sugar frosted donuts. Little sugar frosted donuts. Frosty O's. There, sunrise. Breakfast time.
Already? Aha! Sorry, Frostios are...
made for breakfast.
Frosty-rific snacking, too.
A Big G General Mills cereal.
Great day for a Cocoa Puffs parade. Chocolate-flavored Cocoa Puffs.
Yum, yum, yum. With real Hershey's cocoa in every single one.
The Big G stands for goodness.
Peabody here, along with Sherman, the Wayback Machine, and Oil Can.
Why the oil can, Mr. Peabody?
We are going on a train ride, Sherman, and it is my motto, always to be prepared.
I thought that was the Boy Scouts motto.
It is. They got it from me. Be that as it may, today the Wayback will take us way back to the year 1830. Our destination is the city of Baltimore, and our host is Peter Cooper.
Who's he?
He, Sherman, designed and produced the first locomotive engine in the United States. He called it the Tom Thumb, and we will be aboard as it races against a horse and carriage. In the hands of the Wayback, the transition to Baltimore was unbelievably swift. Before we knew it, we were in Peter Cooper's roundhouse.
I suppose you've come to take my engineer's license from me.
Engineer's license? We're here to help you win the race.
There isn't going to be any race.
Why not?
Well, you see, I constructed the Tom Thumb, then I built the roundhouse around it. The problem is I neglected to provide an opening so that the Tom Thumb could get out.
You mean there isn't any door?
What's a door?
I showed him by building one. There you are, Mr. Cooper. You now have an exit for your locomotive.
Sir, you're a genius.
You're so right. We assisted Peter Cooper in rolling the Tom Thumb up to the starting line of the race. It was then the judge announced the rules and regulations.
Gentlemen, 50 miles due south is the town of Neutral Corners. The vehicle that gets there first will be the winner.
While the judge loaded his pistol, I appraised our opposition. That horse looked as though he could run for a month without stopping, and as far as the driver was concerned, I was sure he would not only be a poor loser, but a bad winner.
Wait till that fool Cooper tries to run that iron horse. He doesn't know I greased the tracks. This ought to be a real slick race.
At the sound of the gun, we were off to a very poor start.
Something's wrong, Mr. Cooper. We're not getting anywhere.
That's simply an illusion caused by excessive speed.
Come on, why don't you push the thing?
Poor Mr. Cooper, can't we do something?
I spied a small group of 9-year-olds playing in a sand pile, and this, of course, gave me an idea. 25 cents later, I was the proud owner of a toy shovel and a bucket full of sand. Here, Sherman, dirty up the tracks.
Huh?
The sand will give us traction. Just keep throwing handfuls. Sure enough, the wheels stopped slipping, and in no time, we were highballing along.
If we can maintain this speed, we'll catch up with that horse and buggy. That is, if we can get through the 50% tunnel.
Why do they call it 50%?
Because it's only half finished.
Before I could inquire as to the exact location of the tunnel, we were in it.
I suppose they'll change the name of the tunnel now.
Tell me, sir, are there any other obstacles ahead that you're aware of?
Only the 50% bridge.
I see. Is it called 50% bridge for the same reason as 50% tunnel?
No.
Oh, that's fortunate.
They call it the 50% bridge because only the plans are half finished.
As he spoke, I could see a wide chasm in the not-too-distant distance. The brakes, Mr. Cooper! Apply the brakes!
What are brakes?
The chasm was a mere 30 yards away, or else I would have filled him in on the sagacity of having a brake along. Instead, I boosted the acceleration to its maximum point, forcing the Tom Thumb to surge ahead at a breakneck pace.
Runs beautifully, doesn't she?
She not only ran beautifully, but jumped as well. Inside of a quarter of a mile, we had not only caught up with the horse and carriage, but were slowly pulling ahead.
We're beating him! We're beating him!
But strangely enough, the driver was wearing a smile, and for a good reason.
Well, looks as though the 502 from Denver is right on schedule.
Yes, and it's also right on our track. A head-on collision appeared to be in the making, and that's when I saw a side track just ahead with a switch by it. A quick, Sherman, hand me a piece of wood.
Nice work, Mr. Peabody. Would have been terrible if the 502 had gone off schedule.
By now, we were well ahead of our opposition, and Neutral Corners lay just ahead. In fact, the finish line was a scant 100 yards away, and that is when I turned the supply of steam off, causing the Tom Thumb to roll to a stop.
But we haven't crossed the line yet, Mr. Peabody.
We'll cross it, Sherman, after the horse and driver.
You mean we're going to lose?
We have to, Mr. Cooper. You see, according to history books, you lost this race.
I did?
That's awful.
But history must always be truthful, Sherman. And by stopping the locomotive, we did give rise to one lasting expression.
What's that, Mr. Peabody?
Haven't you ever heard of honest engine?
Your patrol is in position. You're in a tough spot. But you have the amazing new multi-pistol 09 fire grenade that bursts. Aim through telescopic sight. Fire bomb that blasts. And if you're trapped, surprise, out comes your secret derringer. You have done it with multi-pistol 09, the only pistol that gives you all this. Exploding grenade, cap-loaded bomb,
Fires short-range bullets. Fires long-range bullets. Message missile. Anti-armor rocket. And the secret Derringer cat pistol. There's never been anything like it before. For action, excitement, firepower. Get it all in this rugged carrying case. Get multi-pistol O9. Multi-pistol O9. Multi-pistol O9 by Hopper.
Last episode, Waldo and Hoppity disguised themselves to elude Susan Swivelhips. And due to a mix-up in the park, the Cosa Nostra brothers kidnapped Hoppity instead of Falbus Flytrap Jr.
Costra, you want to know why the Falbus Flytrap baby is so ugly? You want to know that, huh?
Yeah, I'd like to know that, Nostra.
Because what you kidnapped is not the Falbus Flytrap baby. What you kidnapped is a big frog.
Of course, at a time like this, you'd expect Fillmore to come to the rescue. Unfortunately, he was already being held at bay.
They're also held up against this fence.
What are they going to do with them, boss?
Get rid of them, that's what we're going to do. Because I got a feeling this frog has a big mouth.
What Nostra did not know was that at that moment, Waldo had a sudden thought.
Susan, we must save Hoppity. How are we going to get rid of him, Nostra?
We'll make it look like an accident. See that cliff over there? Well...
Hey, that was pretty slick, Nostra. We sure got rid of them. Now, let's get out of here.
No, I want to wait for the zonk.
The zonk?
Yeah, the zonk when they hit the bottom.
Did you hear that, Fillmore? They're waiting for us to go zonk. Make a zonk for the people, Fillmore.
They're all right, Hoppity.
There. Now we can leave.
That was a zonk?
Well, it'll have to do. Let's go.
All right. Get those hands up. Uh-oh. It's the fuzz.
Hey, what do you take us for, amateurs? That's nothing but a cane.
Just a cane, eh? Well, watch this.
How did you do that, Susan?
All right, get those hands up.
There isn't even a trigger.
Will you stop playing with that stupid cane? We are trying to find Hoppity and Fillmore.
That's odd. I've had this cane for 20 years. I've never done that before. Oh, quite right, my dear. But what have you two done with Hoppity and Fenswick?
Never heard of him. Have you heard of them, Costra?
Do you have to blow that confounded bugle, Fillmore? Can't you see that I'm in the midst of interrogating these cutthroats? Now, where was I? I'm not going to tell you again, Fillmore, to stop playing that stupid bugle.
Waldo, Fillmore isn't here. We are trying to find Fillmore.
You mean I'm imagining I'm hearing Fillmore play the bugle?
No, it seems to be coming from over there.
Oh, there you are, Wilberforce. Here, grab my cane.
Now we're in a fine mess.
Never fear. Susan Swivelhips won't let us down.
There. Now let's beat it, Costra. Costra? Costra!
Waldo, this is terrible.
I told you, Hoppity, Susan is our only hope.
Susan is our only hope, and you tied her to a tree. Right, Nostra?
What are we going to do now?
At a time like this, a moment of great stress, it's time to use a little brain power. Hoppity, what is it that you Hoopers do so well?
Well, we,
You jump! That's what you do now, Hoppity. When I count 3, I want you to jump.
But, Waldo, it's 5,000 feet to the bottom of this cliff.
I don't want you to jump down. I want you to jump up.
So Hoppity, perching on the top of Fillmore's shoulders, jumped to the top of the cliff, releasing Susan. Both of them pulled the others up and out of danger.
The Cosa Nostra brothers! Caught you at last!
They're safe at last.
Listen, Waldo, baby. He's playing our song.
There are some things that are more than a grown man can stand.
Don't fail to tune in next time for the further adventures of Hoppity Hooper.
Sue, meet Marvin the robot.
Later, kid.
Wait, Sue, watch. Marvin, pick up Sue. Put Sue down. Marvin, put Sue down. Help! Uh-oh, time for Cheerios Go. Shaped like an O, like an O, like an O. With slam, bang, blast off, power, pop, and go. I've got Cheerios Go, Go, Go power. Remember, big G, little O. Go with the goodness of Cheerios. What do you think, Sue?
I think we should rewire your brain.
Worth digging for. Trix, the corn cereal with the tangy taste of natural fruit. Fruit colors, too. And as we all know, Trix are for kids.
Well, folks, it's...
Hoppity, haven't you forgotten something?
Oh, yeah, wait a minute. And now, here are some scenes from our next show.
What would all them kids out there think of you if you ran away and left Hoppity with a giant?
They'd think I was a cowardly fink.
Sure they would.
And they'd be right.
No, you don't, Waldo. We're going back to save Hoppity.
Very well. Forward.
Meanwhile, back at the Giant,
Boy, am I ever getting tired.
just a little too tired, for at that moment,
This is Sally Ann and her mother. This is Susie Cute and her mother. They look alike. A real baby wets. Susie Cute wets too. Mother bathes her baby. You bathe Susie Cute, and you dress her. Feed her. And Susie poses. You can play with her. Sally Ann needs her nap, and so does Susie Cute. Squeeze her, she reaches for you. Sweet dreams, Susie Cute. Susie Cute comes in her own crib, and you can get her so many outfits and play sets. But Susie Cute needs a mommy to care for her. Someone like you.
This portion was brought to you by
Topper Toys, creators of new Susie Cute, the doll that drinks, wets, reaches for you, and has a nursery land of lovely play sets.